Right, so during the 8 days of Hanukkah, which we call Chag HaOr, the holiday of light, we light every day a candle in order to, as a hint, as a commemoration to us, that inside of us there is a special light. This is all not just about Machloket Bet Shammai, Bet Hillel. Everything is internal. According to the Kabbalah, the light of the candle is the light of the neshama, a representative of the light of the neshama. As it says in Sefer Mishlei, Chaf Zayin, Ner Hashem, Nishmat Adam. The candle of God is the soul of a person. That's why when a person dies, we light a yortzeit candle, right? Which will give you a whole different outlook now on the two candles of Shabbat, on the husband and wife. There's the Erampin and the Shekhinah and the Shamor and the Zachor, and you take it from here and you can make the lights out of that. The Mekubalim explain that the holiday of Hanukkah reminds us of the miracle of us being people who are loving, who are able to influence. We are capable of that without a reward, without looking to have a reward. That is something that is very important to remember of that fact. We are all capable of doing that. In other words, the miracle, which is against our nature, right? We are willing to do something without being asked for, right? Or without being asking for a reward towards it, right? It's closer, darling. That is a symbolism. That's a semel or remez to the connection to that internal light inside of us that was never extinguished. Rebs, did you eat breakfast, darling? Eat something. Yalla, bagels. It's from Ambalo. Our ability to be mashpia, to influence those little things of chesed, could really come and express itself in a matter of a smile. Smiling to someone, right? You say good morning to someone. Imagine everybody would walk in the streets of New York, which is by itself a miracle, and everybody would say to it, they will all of a sudden would not be so New Yorkers. I mean, I don't understand why there's such a pride to be it also starts with a P, but it's not a nice word. Why is there such a pride to be arrogant and so on and so forth? Imagine what a miracle would it be if you work in New York City, you work in Lexington Avenue, or Park Avenue, or Fifth Avenue, or Broadway, or Times Square, and everybody says to each other, "Good morning, sir. How are you? How are you? Good morning. Have a nice day." We'll be like, "What in the world is going on here?" Right? So that is a tremendous act of chesed, like for a smile. Saying thank you to people who you don't really feel a need to say thank you. For example, let's say you go to a supermarket, right? So there is the cashier lady who is there. When was the last time you actually nice to them and acknowledge them as human beings? Before you start loading your stuff, say, "Good morning, how are you?" Or "Good afternoon," or "Good night," or "Buenas noches," or whatever it is. Talk to them, "How are you? Isn't it cold out?" Have a human conversation. Isn't it hot out today? How are you feeling? Oh, you must be tired, stand all day long. Acknowledge them. And at the end, when they finish clanking your thing, say, "Thank you, have a great day." What's the problem of doing that? Or you need to feel like a master, that somebody's doing the work for you? That's an act of chesed. Acknowledge people. Even if the guy is working outside, let's say he's an Arab, working outside, take $1, buy him a cup of coffee, let him drink. It's a human being also. It's an act of chesed. We say olam chesed yibaneh. It's yibaneh. It's olam, the whole world, not only for me and my peers, or my colleagues, or my family. It's for chesed is for everyone. That's why I get very angry at people saying, "Oh no, we help only our people." For example, I don't know, this group of Jews say, "Oh, we only help our people." The other group holds that. That's called peirud. That's called peirud. We're not doing what we're doing, and we want chesed from HaKadosh Baruch Hu, and we are not willing to do chesed. This doesn't cost you, but that's to remind you that we're all capable of doing that. We're all capable of doing this this chesed without asking for a reward, right? You see somebody who is your friend who is I don't know, struggling a little bit. Just try to cheer him up. Cheer him up. You know, he's in the grind. Cheer him up. He said, listen, let's go out for somewhere. You know, let's go for Sunday. What are you doing? Let's go for a hike. Let's go hiking together. You know, get him out of the mud that he's at, so the murk that he's at. You know, be kind, do chesed, save him, help him. This is a very trivial, you know, thing. How many times we forgot to really do those things, right? Actually, we don't usually do those things. You get to a stop sign. Okay, so let's say it's your right to go. You go first, right? You come and so let the other guy go. No, what's the big deal? Let him go. Go, right? So, you know, many times we get up in the morning, right? We are very eager to do well, to do good, and so on and so forth. And your friend will ask you, "What happened to you today? Your face is shining." You know, they would say, "Did you, you know?" So you're glowing today, right? And then the boss is calling you and is like really hollering at you. And you really, you go out of the office and you like a little out, and you bang into your colleague that has coffee in his hand, and it spritzes all over your shirt, right? And your whole shirt is already with coffee stains. And then your wife is calling you during lunchtime and says, "What the heck are you?" And she's screaming at you, right? And so on and so forth. And slowly, all the light that you came up with in the morning, today's going to be a good day, all the light is turning into this like thick darkness that you cannot even move, because it's like the darkness in Mitzrayim is like weighing heavy on you. But you should know, but maybe externally your face is not glowing as to, but internally nothing has changed. The light is keep on shining. The light is keep on shining. Only that reality, with all its ups and downs, were able to cover, like a cloud, covered the sun, you know, but it covered you a little bit. So Hanukkah comes to remind us the ceremony in which, and ceremonies are important, of how lighting the candles. What do you need to do? Again, that's why I don't like to buy the ready-made candles, because I need to understand the process. And you should know, at least for me, I don't know. And there's no special meaning to it. I'm just, for me, as Hanukkah progresses, so is my intent to get the candles ready increases. So right now we're in the fourth candle. Today is the fourth candle. Today is going to be the fifth one, right? So usually the first night I get the candle ready, I don't know, maybe an hour, 2 hours before candle lighting. I already get the candle ready in the morning now. I can't wait to light it. I just want to light it. I get everything ready. So that ceremony of lighting the candles, preparing the oil, preparing the wick, making it longer, and so on and so forth, has its representation also in the spiritual practices that we are doing, in terms of bringing out the light that is always there inside of us. That's why there's no need to get depressed over things and bad about things. It's just if you feel that there's like a big black cloud covering your life, just rip the Superman shirt and let the light come out. Using those methods that we are doing, because these are all internal processes as well. So the contemplation or the meditation of the candle is really a good practice, a good exercise that to help us actually come out from the situation where we feel all beaten up and worn out and there's no hope, and it's like, oh my goodness, I can't wait for tomorrow to come, but tomorrow might be the same thing. I'm tired of it. Let me go to retirement. Right? So he says, Ner Hashem Nishmat Adam. In the Zohar, in the Kitvei Mekubalim, the Kabbalah write that the candle represents, as we said before, the neshama of the person. And the meditation of the candle that is mentioned in the Zohar is what we call a type of a contemplation meditation. There are different types of meditation. There is a contemplation meditation. So you should start this meditation when you're sitting down very comfortably on a chair. It doesn't have to be on a, in a lotus position like this. We are not used to that. It's not comfortable for us. Sit in a comfortable chair, in a comfortable position. Don't lay down. Don't lay down. Try to have a support for your back. We're not the Zen Buddhists that we can sit like this for hours. Just have some support to your back. Feel comfortable, not hard though. Feel comfortable like this. And you put the candle in the middle of the room, and your eye level. And the candle should be large enough in order to create a flame with a presence. In other words, not those sometimes it doesn't catch like this. It has to be like a nice flame, And if you see the shape of the flame is beautiful. It almost looks like an almond like this, like this. You just knocking the table, giving the people headaches. So it's like a beautiful candle. Now, it is also, you see the different qualities of oil and how the thing flickers. Olive oil will give you a very nice, solid, bright, steady flame. Now, it is also not recommended to use a candle with a wick that has that's supposed to keep you warm or to create something thicker like this, or a dollar candle. That's not good enough. So you start the meditation with few deep breathings to the lower abdomen, and the really way to do so is, which I like to use, is a reverse breathing. And when I breathe in, my stomach comes out like this, and then you fill up your lungs. But don't. This is not the qigong. You have to go. So you're not doing Bruce Lee here, right? It's like very calm. In other words, when you try to breathe in, try to think that it is almost like let's say a silk, a very fine silk thread that you're pulling through your nostrils. And if you're going to go too fast, too hard, it's going to break. Like gentle, like this, in filling up your stomach to the lower abdomen. And when you feel somewhat relaxed a little bit, start moving your attention to the candle. Now start looking at the candle, contemplate on it. Don't stare at it like this. Contemplate it without any effort on the flame, and allow the flame to really fill up your whole awareness. In other words, the only thing that you are doing now is really looking at the flame. The flame is like, there might be noises outside, and might be things like this. It might be at the beginning a little hard for you, but you should learn to really let go of it. That's why if you learn how to meditate, you can meditate in the middle of the subway. There's not going to be a difference to you. I mean, until that point, try to be quiet in a place that you're not going to be disturbed, and try to fill your awareness only with the candle. One way to look at it is to look, but not to stare. When you look and you're kind of gazing, gaze into the candle. And pay attention at the time to the color of the flame. And the color that I'm referring to is really the blue color, which is very close to the wick, that sometimes turns into red as well. Sometimes turns into red as well. The blue, there's a little bit of the red. And then around it, start contemplating and try to see if you could recognize the white color that is coming on that. Look, when you're able to see the white, it's going to be, there is the black of the wick, then there is the blue with edges of red, and then there is the white. And then look at the flame that it's moving. Sometimes it's moving like this, and moving to the sides, from side to side. And if you concentrate enough, slowly, you would realize that there is a halo around the flame itself, that you didn't realize that it's there beforehand. And even if you see any other colors coming out throughout this meditation, you just need to just look at it. Even if you see other colors that come out there, all of a sudden you see green, you see purple haze, I don't know, whatever you guys are saying there, orange crush, whatever you say over there, right? Simply, or any other images to that matter, simply let them come up. Don't focus on them. Just keep on looking at the flame, and you should and just go with it with those parameters I gave you. Now you should understand that this is a very personal experience. This is not something you should do even with the closest person to you, your wife, your whatever it is. No one. You should do this alone in a place that you know that you won't be disturbed. After a few minutes, close your eyes and look at the lights that would appear into your awareness, into your eyes, when your eyes are closed against your eyes. And try to remember. Try to remember your internal light when you're also looking on the outside light. When you look at it like this, try to come close to your own self. Those lights that you will see, if you're able to remember them and to bring them over, will help you. For example, when you pray, when you daven, when you close your eyes, you will see those lights. Those lights carry a tremendous and tremendous significance to you and to your life, and so on and so forth. This is a very important meditation to really be able to see things around. If you will do this and you practice this a lot, you will see that when you look at certain object, eventually, you would not just see the object, you would see other things around it. They're there, but your mind always blocks it. This is a meditation that helps you become aware of what is it that you're blocking. Rabbi Aryeh Kaplan brings that if you close your eyes and you just close your eyes 1 second, just close your eyes. Now you see in your eyes, you see like little lights flickering or like different shapes moving and so on and so forth. Right? This is not hard, Michael. This is the static in which your brain creates that to prevent your flow of information coming out from your subconscious and so on. You can close your eyes too, Eitan. You can close your eyes, everybody has it, right? Eventually, if you could, try to control the movements of those lights. Now you see they're coming up like this. You're like, okay, guys, open it, don't fall asleep on me. Sometimes, if you look at amoebas moving, they go like this, sometimes the lights go like a little amoebas in your head. At that point, try it when you're able to see them without forcing your eyes. When you're able to see them, see if you can control actually the movement of them. And of course, this is a very advanced stage of doing things, but that candle will help you do that. The colors themselves, without getting into this, because that's already belongs to the Ramak in Sefer Sha'ar Gvanim, when he brings the different kinds of color. Those colors also represent certain spiritual attributes themselves. And one needs to be aware that this is not the place and not the time and not the setting to really go into that when he talks about the Sha'ar Gvanim and so on. That's why you see different colors or you see different things, but you should only concentrate on those colors. Those colors represent certain sferot that you're going in, and the high-low around that represents something else. Again, if you want to look further, look in Sha'ar Gvanim of the Ramak. Now, once you're able to do that and you can see certain things, you'll be able to see different things by different people, different objects, and you become more in tune and more aware. Besides which would allow you also to become more focused in your tefillah. Now, regarding tefillah, we're talking about this. Regarding tefillah, one way to do so is to, when you pray, now remember the candles, we saw the lights and so on and so forth. So you practice yourself enough to be able to close your eyes and actually see now that light flickering inside of you. in that image of that candle. Now, when you're about to pray, you have two candles. And when you pray, you should contemplate on taking, it's like you are the shamash, like Hanukkah candles. You light this one, and the light is up, and then you take in the fire, and you light this one. And then you light this one, and you light that one. That's why many people who know what they do, they actually daven. It brings itself from Mahavariya book. They daven one from here and one gently, not like gently. Is because you have to be careful. You light the fire and you bring the fire. You light the fire and you bring the fire. That movement, that is a meditation while you're davening as well, while you're praying as well. And now that you could see, so every time you light the candles, you're going to see the candles lighting in the colors that you did it like that. That takes a lot of work and a lot of training. And a lot of will to do it. You need to be persistent to do that. It's not something that you could just do once and master. It will take you a long time to do it. However, once you experience that, I can tell you for sure, and that's for sure, at least your prayer is not going to be the same way as others. So, also when you light your Hanukkah candles, when you light the Hanukkah candles, one of the reasons that it's good to stay there for half an hour or so until the time goes by, and I'm going to tell you a very small thing, is simply look at this. Look at the candle. Sit down there quietly. Everybody's doing their own thing. I'm sure there are going to be plenty of people in your house, and it's going to be very quiet because everybody's on his phone or he's on a computer and nobody interacts with anybody. So take this time and actually do something very productive. Sit at the candle and bring about the quietness in your heart, in yourself, with the colors and everything that we said. And then start to go take an inventory of all the good things that there are in your life, all those wonderful things that you have. The fact that you have a job and you can make money and you can buy things. And look at the goodness of HaKadosh Baruch Hu. And look at the fact that, thank God, you have a family. Crazy or not, but you got a family. And you can come and learn Torah. And you, Baruch Hashem, for now healthy. And look at all the good things that you have. Do not, when you are contemplating on the candle, do not think of anything bad. Well, I have this, but he has that. Or I don't have this. I will. Only on what you have. Only on the good that you have. When you finish this meditation of, first of all, you're using the candle as an anchor, so you could concentrate on something without being drifted to the side. After you're able to concentrate on the candle itself, start taking an inventory of all the blessing in your life. And then when you ran out the blessing in your life, the meditation is over. And you're going to feel tremendous sense of love towards God and to everything around you. That is the practice. That is the meditation. To be able to acknowledge the bracha in your life. How? By bringing up the light. You need to bring up the light. You bring everything to the light. You're cleaning up house. You take it like this and hopefully, it'll be easier to find the chametz on Pesach. Have a great day.